So in the last 28 days, I've made 9.3K USD from this channel. Yes, that's USD. And yes, I'm going to go ahead and refresh it. Blah, 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 blah. It's still weighted. Anyway, so it's been averaging, I've been pretty good one now, but we did have a new video blow up recently. Just got posted. Hopefully that's, still pretty good. So I can't complain. But it has been in pretty good. Go to the last 7 days. Most of its money was made in the last 7 days. So I can't complain. We got a lot of viral videos this week, but that's not the point. The point of this video is I've been getting a lot of this question, especially when I'm talking to my students. It's, do I learn to make the videos myself or do I hire people to make the videos? So let's go ahead and open the video. Now, around your waist like a tourist or over your shoulders. So because YouTube actually works for beginners, it doesn't matter what, if you're a beginner, everyone was always a because of beginner, especially with AI nowadays, you don't have to suffer like learning all the hard things. So you need to make a videos anymore because you have AI. But, the question that still doms beginners is, do I learn to do these things myself or do I just pay someone to do it? Now, initially, they'll go towards, I'll learn to do it myself, people that have time. But some people don't have time. And then they're actually considering paying people to do it. But then they're like, oh, it's actually too expensive. So I want to address that question and tell you why both ways actually work so well. And whatever stage you're in right now, most likely you would actually start to understand that both of them is realistic for you, which is crazy. But let's go ahead and start the video. So here's what I outsource. I mean, for me, myself, on my channels, I absolutely either spend such little time on each channel or I don't spend any time at all. This is because I have way too many channels. I simply do not have the time to, go on around channels and all I do is just like, once I do the niche research, I hand it off to a team member, etc., etc. All right, so I don't have time for that because I'm scaling, right? But you're not at my stage yet. So I am paying someone to make my videos. These videos are very cheap to make because you're not doing 3D animations. You're not doing any cool animations on screen. All you're paying someone to do is to find images and put it in the video for you. That's all you're paying. But so it's very cheap to get. I'm going to reveal how much I'm paying for this video, for these videos we're making at the end of the video. So let's keep going. So I made 9.3K from that one channel alone. And I'm not showing it to flex. I'm showing you to that actually run this. And if you watch more videos on my channel, you see other channels I also run. I'm one of the only guys on YouTube, only YouTubers that I would say would reveal niches that's actually actively making them money. So I'm not showing it to flex, but this is the question. Do you do it yourself or outsource, right? I'm going to show you why that's actually the wrong question, okay? Just the real question is what part do you outsource, okay? Because if you get this wrong, nothing else matters. So moving on, you want to keep the brain of the channels and you outsource the hands. So across all my channels, I'm still the brain behind them. I'm still the one with experience. I'm still the one that knows how YouTube works. I'm still the one that knows how the algorithm works. I'm still the one that knows which video ideas will get views on now, right? So I'm still the one behind the niche, the ideas, knowing what goes viral. Now, the thing you outsource is the hands. You outsource the editing. You outsource the finding clips. You outsource the voiceover, right? This is how you scale properly. Now, the problem is beginners kind of want to outsource the brain, and that's why they lose money, okay? So to have someone to pick topic and strategy, and to tell the editor, they kind of leave the creative part of the process to the editor, but the editor has no experience or any idea what goes viral, right? So what you do want to do is to do it yourself first. Now, when I say do it yourself, it's not to edit the videos, right? It's to understand what videos go viral or not. Is to get this experience. Obviously, if you don't have a coach, it's going to be pretty hard because you have to make these experiences, right? And you have to earn these experiences yourself. But the most optimum route that I'll recommend is to approach it first, learn what actually works, learn how to tell a good video from a bad one, and then think about managing editors later, right? So the risk is not equal, okay? If you do it yourself, you lose time. But think about it, guys. I'm not saying to, outsource, the brains. I'm saying outsource the hands, but the brains has to be you. You used to have to be the one that gains the experience. You can't just, make the whole channel passively. I still spend about like an hour a week, 30 minutes, an hour a week across like a few of my channels, right? So you see, wanna be part of the brains of the operation, if that makes sense, right? So that's why do yourself with brains first. It's very important, right? Now, what you want to do is to outsource the hands. And by the way, if you are stuck in this stage and you don't know what works, you're posting videos, you're not really seeing results, etc., etc. If you need like a coach, or if you need, my strategy or how I do it, well, basically, I'm going to tell you my strategy right now. I'm combining the experience I have with pre-monetized channels. So the niches I'm entering, the channels are already monetized, which means that when I execute the niches I pick up, that means that I'm going to start earning from day one, which is going to, keep funding the channel. It's going to keep self-funding. This is why I always pay for editors. So if you do, go ahead. If you do need that help, that if it sounds like you need a pre-monetized account that YouTube already trusts, that YouTube is already pushing to the algorithm, and you also need help on picking a niche, and you need help on figuring out what videos to post on it, go ahead and head over to headstatchannels.com. This is where me and my team are going to go ahead and review your current strategy. And, once you apply, if you get qualified, you're going to get, not only are you going to get a channel that YouTube already trusts and is already monetized, you're also going to get direct help on choosing the niche, taking the executing, on hiring editors if you want to hire editors, essentially picking out viral video ideas that's going to go viral for your channel. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, if you're ready to kind of, skip the years of trial and error, go ahead and go to headstatchannels.com. But let's continue with the video. So you want to go ahead and outsource the hands once it proves out. Okay, so when the channel works and you know what good looks like, which is what we're going to help you with if you're in Headstart Channels, right? Once you can outsource the brains, or once you understand, or once we teach you, or once we point you in the right direction with the niche of what actually works, then you can afford to pay for editing. Then it starts to make sense. And not just that, if you have a pre-monetized account, the channel kind of pays for itself, because as soon as you start posting videos, you start earning, you start subtracting from that and paying your editors. So the hands are cheap, the brain is everything. Editors run about $5 to $10 a video. Yes, I've reviewed it. This is how much I'm spending for my videos. Why can I spend so little? How can I spend so little? Well, because I'm not entering niches that are so hard to do. The niches I'm entering, anyone can do it. All right. And this is the kind of niches that video editors love, because as long as you promise them that you're going to keep getting them videos to edit, and that this is a long-term position, long-term role, they're going to be very intrigued. They're going to want that job, right? And that's when you can tell them, I'm going to pay you $5 to $10 a video, but I'm going to do you endless videos to edit. That's how you do YouTube. So I could give them like 25 video ideas at once, and then they make such a lot of money on a short time frame. And then I can post 25 of these videos, spread across 25 days, and they make me 4K, 5K, 6K. However, it depends on the RPM of the leash, right? So against the money you're actually making on the channel, that's nothing. You just keep the pot that prints. Now, but doing it all forever is a trap. If you never hand off good hands, you trade time for money, and you can never scale past one channel. This is why you must not settle for making the videos yourself, okay? So it's a sequence, not a choice. So you watching this video, if you don't have a coach, you don't know what you're doing, the best thing is to do it yourself so you can learn. But if you do have a coach, or if you've got my channel from Head to Head channels and we're the one like teaching you, coaching you, giving you what actually works, then you can skip straight from this because you're there learning what's working. You can skip straight and start outsourcing the hands, and we'll show you how to pay very cheaply for that. And you can scale from there. You can keep the brain and then you can scale as much as possible. Now that's the problem. The brain is the hard part though, right? So the brain is the hardest part. That's what takes people years. That's what took me years, right? Because you have to make those initial mistakes. You have to fail a lot and you have to learn a lot what actually works, etc., etc. But as soon as you figure out the brain, then you can scale forever, right? So if you need our help on that, on strategy, how to scale your channel, if you want to get a pre-monetized channel, go ahead and click the link below. But yeah, never outsource like the brain if you don't know what you're doing and you don't have a coach. But if you're just the average, YouTube guy, watching this video right now, you're wondering what to do and you don't really want to pay for coaches and you want to do this your own way, do not outsource the brain yet. Just follow it in sequence, do it yourself first and then outsource later. But if you do have a coach, you can move a lot faster if the brain part is already solved and you can just start paying editors and start making more videos and start scaling your channels. That's my take on that. So let me know if you have any questions. Goodbye.